Self-awareness is the first key to becoming. Learning is a big part of that awareness. There isn't always complete clarity when you start, but as you go and as you grow, it becomes, better. We were not born to just be just one thing. We have the ability and the capacity to be many things and then master those things. Hi, I'm Dorcas Thorpe, and I like to describe myself as an igniter. I've done this with a lot of people, and it gives me joy to just help light up that spark that I even did to myself many years ago. I mean, as an introvert, grew up in a background that was a bit very shielded. And didn't know that I had the ability to do a lot. So for me, going through that journey of becoming, of evolving, I just have found joy in helping people also evolve and just shine. So that's me. In terms of work, I mean, there are different sides to me, right? Apart from being an igniter and, the passion that I have and my purpose in life, I am a mother, I'm a music minister, and I'm also a corporate babe. So I currently am the Chief Digital Officer at Lapo Microfinance Bank. I've worked there for over 13 years. And it's been a journey of learning. It's been challenging. I've gone through different stages: strategy, project management, digital finance, even a bit of accounting. So I'm also a numbers person. So I'm a very fine blend of an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. So in the company where I work, I'm solving problems and we're growing initiatives. I've pioneered a couple of initiatives there. But also I have other businesses. Myself and my husband, we run a couple of other businesses. And that blend, of working somewhere and giving optimal value and also creating value as a business owner, it's beautiful. It has opened me to many opportunities. It's helped me to also express myself in different ways and also give back, give value to anywhere that I'm in. So again, all of those experiences have led me to sit on a couple of boards. So I serve on the boards of over 10 organizations across technology, finance, insurance, education, health. And that serving has shaped who I am in the corporate world. So I grew up in Benin City in Edo State, the south of Nigeria. I grew up in a Christian home, and I think that's one of my biggest privileges, to be honest, right? Having that foundation of love, of faith, of trust in God, and seeing it happen like real life. So my parents had moments where, if not for God, right, those if not for God moments. So growing up, it wasn't just religion, it was seeing the power of God manifest in different circumstances around our growth, in how God positioned the family, in how God helped us grow, and where we are today. It's a testimony, really. So I left home quite early. I left for university at about 16, 17, and then traveled abroad. So again, that for me helped me gain independence at a very young age, right? And there are pros and cons to that, because now we're still struggling to to rely on people. So like I said, we grew up in a Christian home. And it wasn't just only going to church, even though, again, for most families, right, it's that, your children have to go to church with you. We were in church. I joined the choir maybe at age 6 or so. So we've always been integrated into church activities, right? Drama, choir, ushering, and all of that. But certainly that created something in us in terms of our values, right? So the teachings, daily, my mom would not miss, our devotion every day. And I really want to thank her, to be honest. Her consistency till today still amazes me. Yeah, she wouldn't miss a time for prayer, a time for church activities. Even when she's deeply tired, you can see her tired, she's going to fast and pray, and then we're all going to go together. Whilst we didn't see the importance of all of that, but I think when we moved away from home, those were the things that kept us grounded. But until I got into university and started attending Christ Embassy, that's when I think that I would say I got to know God for God, especially the power of, his resurrection, the understanding of the word of God, the understanding of the life that we have in Christ beyond a religion. I can't explain how much that has shaped my mindset. One of my favorite scriptures and anchor for life is that all things work together for my good. For example, after my first degree in the UK, I came back to renew my visa for master's, and I was denied the visa, just a month interval, right? For what reason? I mean, I can't even remember what the reason was, but you know how these things go. And that disappointment, I was a bit sad, but I remember still saying it then that, this was going to work out for my good. Now, that season was what led me to serve. So the youth service in Nigeria, NYC, served, and that's where I met my husband. So usually I would tell that story, and the alignment that happened, that if I wasn't denied that visa, I don't think I'd have met that man. And I say he's the only man for me. So if I'd missed him then, I don't know what would have happened. So again, that anchor has helped me through life. Challenges at work, family, it just ends up, turning around for my good. And so, that's such a powerful thing to have. And it's because, of the values, the teachings that we went through, the service that we went through. Growing up, my life was really church, school, and the house. It was like a triangle. But it's something that has really helped me to become the woman that I am today, that there's no distraction. I'm not struggling with any addiction or habits that are detrimental to my growth now. So another anchor for me in life, the power of my words. So I'm very deliberate with the words that I speak, with the confessions that I make. Even when joking, you would not find me negatively talk about myself, my future, family, and all of that. Failure is a part of success, no doubt. It's part of the process to succeeding. You have to fail a couple of times. But I see that to a large extent, many are beginning to feel like God is a God of, struggle, right? So you kind of have to struggle. If you've not struggled, you don't understand success. If you've not struggled, you can't succeed. If you've not failed, you can't succeed, and all of that. And it seems like we're expecting this hard work, turmoil in that sense, and just struggle out of life. I have a different mindset, because for me, it's what I say, it's what I speak. So I would always speak good about what I want to see. Have I had challenges? Of course, I've had challenges. But have I struggled? No. But I think that we need to also talk about the fact that there is ease in God. And it's what you want to see. It's really what you want to see, saying what you want to see. So I'm very big on sharing on the experiences that, yes, we talk about, grass to grace stories, but there are stories that completely grace all through. And there's beauty in that. And that is still the same power of the same God. So why I describe myself as an igniter, like I said earlier, is because I went through some process of, ignition in that sense, where I saw people. I looked at, I would say maybe mentors or coaches, and just saw how they were, how they spoke, the successes they were, achieving. And I asked a couple of questions as to who am I, where am I, what's holding me back, right? And found that self-awareness is the first key to becoming, right? And so learning is a big part of that awareness. Yeah, so I got into learning, any webinar, seminar, masterclass that really addressed, the areas that I wanted to improve on. You find me there just trying to get knowledge. So I think that for many people, it's the fact that they don't know. Right? So, and that's what the Bible also says, what? My people perish because of the lack of knowledge. So knowing is the first step to evolving. So I'm big on, how do I help people know? How do I share more of these stories? And in the last couple of years, I've been attending and speaking at, youth events, just because I feel like there are a couple of things that if I had known when I was younger, life would be a bit different now. Even though I'm grateful for where I am at this time, at this stage. But again, if we knew some of these things earlier, it would have been much better. We were not born to just be just one thing. We have the ability and the capacity to be many things and then master those things. That's why I also talk about, being a multi-potentialite, right? There are many things, many sides to you, right? For women, there's so much more. You're a career person, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a sister, an entrepreneur, you're a creative. There's just so many things that we're doing. And so if you don't embrace that, then you're not able to function. So recently, my younger sister was telling me about how a family member was talking about me and saying, oh, she loves, my aura. She loves, how confident I am and, how I speak and all of that. And she had to tell her that the Dorcas of 2014 is not the Dorcas you see now. She learnt it. And I just thought about it like, wow, okay. There's been growth, even though you don't see it. Time will tell. Time, there's that process that will happen, and time is a part of that process. So when we try to rush things, right, we try to rush growth. No, take your time. You're definitely evolving. So I cannot tell what year or when that change happened, but I can tell you how it happened. And it's learning. Like I've said, it's learning. I know what I've done. I know the sessions. I know the paid sessions I've been in. I know the rooms I've been in. I know the communities I've had to join just to build, those different aspects of who I knew, I was, but I needed it to come out. So again, nothing is new. You already have it in you. It's there. It's your ability to then discover, hone it, groom it, and then you just see yourself bloom. So change is inevitable, but you can control change, and you should be a big part. In fact, you should lead the change first in yourself, because there are rooms where your old self cannot be in. Where you're going to, you need a different version of you. So it's the same you, but becoming is like there's a new version. So it's Dorcas 1.0. Now I need Dorcas 2.0. It's the same me, but there are different versions of me, and different seasons require those versions. So I'm still growing, I'm still becoming, and I will continue to take actions for that direction, towards my vision. One of my biggest joy is being a mother, and then just having that sense of responsibility to raise these humans, to help God raise these humans. But it's been a journey. It's been a journey. And we laugh about it. We say nobody ever talks about motherhood in the real sense of the struggle, what you have to learn in there. You know, you just get tips here and there until you actually go into it, until you actually become a mother. Then you see the different sides of motherhood and how it pulls you, how it reveals a lot of things about you, how it tests you, how it just shows you that, you know, you are stronger than, you know, you think you are. But it's beautiful thinking about what my contributions to my children are, how, you know, I'm partnering with God to raise them, to train them, to nurture them. And, you know, lessons that we also have from our childhood, how I'm, you know, more intentional about correcting those things, right? So that we don't have generational issues. When you look at the area of motherhood, your career, life, you know, we're trying to balance it all out together. I say there's really no balance. At some point, something is going to give. And I think realizing that and having peace is fine. You can have it all, but not at the same time. There's no balance. You kind of have to integrate it. Sometimes, and mothers, we feel so guilty. And it's that guilt you have to let go of first, knowing that you cannot have it all at the same time. So you pace yourself. Be at peace with, you know what, there are going to be some weeks where I don't get to do homework with my children. Yeah? There are going to be some weeks where I'm not able to do school run. And we are totally fine. We're totally fine. So I had to learn that and, you know, get that guilt off me. And, you know, also understand that I'm in partnership with what? Their father, with my husband. And that union, so wherever I'm probably lagging behind, he can step in. Wherever he is, I step in. It's a partnership. But again, even if you were, you know, say a single mother, you have to be at peace with the fact that you can't do it all at the same time. So where you need help, ask for help. Where you can't get help, where you have the resources to get help, paid help, for example, please pay for help. So I think that motherhood has taught me a lot. I have 3 children, beautiful children, a set of twin, and you can imagine raising twin. Yeah, very interesting. But over the years, I've learned, and I think it's easier now. So that early stage, of course, it's a lot of work, but it's easier now. We understand ourselves. They're at a stage where they're also able to help. So things are a bit better as well. My final word to anyone who's listening, I think it's simple. Stop trying to please people. Yeah. Stop trying to please people. We're holding ourselves back. We're holding ourselves back from opportunities, from doing, because we're afraid. And if you look at the why are we afraid? Because we're people pleasers. We think so much of what would people say? You know, would they laugh at me? Would they mock me? You know, Just stop trying to please people and just leave. At the end of the day, it's you and what you did with your time here that matters, the impact you made on people, and you will not make impact if you don't start. So don't think about what people would say. Start and grow.